Weather portion of Ag Week, some major changes in the look of things across much of the northern plains due to a couple of big snows around the area. Of course, there was one pre-Thanksgiving that went through much of Minnesota, parts of South Dakota, and then this huge snowstorm centered on central North Dakota this past week. More snow is going to be likely in parts of the upper Midwest northern plains as we evolve into a colder weather pattern. It is finally beginning to look much more like the winter season, which is what we've been talking about for some time. A general look at snow depths and snow amounts. This is a modeled look at snow, and so it's not exactly perfect, but the purple is where we're seeing anywhere from 12 to 18, or in some cases 18 to 24 inches of snow on the ground from central North Dakota up through south central Manitoba. Some really heavy snow on the ground, and at least 6 inches for a pretty large area. Still some snow through central Minnesota, although much as that has melted. That fell mostly before Thanksgiving. Now the question is, are we going to get any more? Well, here's what we're looking at. The jet stream pattern right now is much further south than it's been at any time during the record-breaking warmth that we had during the November month, and that's going to lead to some different kinds of weather. First of all, this week there will be some stormy weather down along the Gulf Coast, and a weather system will come out of the Alberta area as a little clipper-type system, and it looks like around Tuesday into Wednesday, a quick shot of mostly light snow through the northern plains, Canadian border area. That may be accompanied by some pretty strong winds. Not sure how big of a snow system that will be. And then as colder weather begins to come down into this deep low pressure trough, a Colorado-type low will likely move northeast later in the week. Not sure of the track here. Potential is there for heavy snow, but it may be quite a bit, like think a state further northwest or further southeast than from what we've indicated here. But that's a couple of decent snow chances in the forecast. The second week, let's talk about the cold. First of all, the cold weather will drop southward this week, and by cold here, I mean some of this will be sub-zero at least at night. It'll be warm in the southeast, but the cold weather beginning to drop into the northern plains, and we'll see a lot more of that with the jet coming much further south. Now, that second week, as we look at that, I think the cold weather will largely hang around much of the northern plains. Some of this will be below zero, though it won't be the really Arctic stuff, much colder weather, and with the jet stream so much further south in the second week, December to the 11th through 17th, I think there will be the chance for another snowstorm through some part of the Midwest. And as long as this low pressure trough keeps building, they'll keep forming out of Colorado. We just can't tell the tracks of them yet. So the gist of this tonight, lots of cold for the first time this season, but not quite yet Arctic cold. Several snow swaths through the Midwest and Plain states. So our look is increasingly wintry across the middle part of the country.